Hello, this is Mike Latham at Collector Knives. Just got in the Viper Swayback from Maniago, Italy, and wanted to give you a couple of looks at it and a couple of updates on what we were expecting and what we got. And so the first thing to note is we had ordered blue maple. There was a little bit of a mix-up at the factory. The wrong wood got cut, and it looked really good to me, so I just stuck with it. And it is, instead of blue maple, it is gray oak. And you can see I've got two variations here of the gray oak, and it's just one's more of a normal gray oak, and the other one's kind of a contrasted gray oak. I'll look at and show you a little closer. Okay, so this is kind of the standard gray oak. And then this is one that's kind of contrasted. The bigger part of what I've looked at so far, and I've just looked at a handful, is this contrasted. So it'll be a random pick unless you specify in your order notes, but the bigger part of them is coming contrasted, looks like. So, if you want to say plain or if you want to say contrasted, that's fine. I'll accommodate you if I can. That gets harder the longer we go, but you can specify if you have a pick. If you don't, it'll just be a random pick, and that's what it'll come as. So that's the first one. The other one is the OD Canvas micarta. You can see here it's very light, and the prototype I did the video on was very OD. So just to let you know, if you like this, that's fine. It'll probably darken over time, but if you want more of this, I think they just oiled this before they brought it to me. So I give her a try, and on the back side, and that's what it looks like when you just rub a little oil in it. So if you get that and it blows your mind because the video showed a nice OD green, then put some oil on it. Or if you just want to stick with that and let your natural hand oils darken it over time, then do that. Your choice. But anyway, I just didn't want people getting it and saying, "Hey, that's nothing like the original video for the OD." Okay, the stags, every stag I've looked at so far has come out really nice. So now I'll give you a little closer look up of these. I'm going to mess your focus up for a second. Okay, pick this one. Okay, so here's a close look up. I do want to note, there's one thing I want to note that we were working with it to see what we could do because the prototype they had brought, they designed it with these raised springs. So I think you can see it there, and you can see it a little better right here. But that spring is a little bit proud of the liner, and it's actually not a liner because, as you can see, it's all one piece of titanium. So you get the bolster and the liner on each side is just one piece of titanium. So that's a little proud. You notice it more right here. And the reason they did that is because they didn't want to radius everything and have it meet down in there. I don't know if that makes sense, but they didn't want a radius to meet like the line steels do. They wanted that titanium, the liners, to run flat, so that's the way it is. So that some people may get that and say, oh, that's a defect or design flaw, and yeah, I guess that's your right to say that, but that is the way they designed it, and that's the way we produced it. So, but other than that, and that doesn't bother me because it's not like it catches or anything. But this knife is really well above and beyond what I was expecting from them, and I think every knife dealer would probably say that when he got in his SFO. But anyway, I'm going to give you a quick look. One thing I will note too, The weather's, we're in that time of year where it's here in Oklahoma, it's 70 degrees during the day and 30 at night. So these just came in off a cold FedEx truck. They're cold, so the oil that's in the joint's a little bit cold. So I've noticed these are a little tight. This pin, it's a T8 right here. It's an adjustment, so you can adjust that tension. And I've got a video about that on a line steel. The way I do it is if it's tight, what it'll do is when you get about right here, a little further, because this one actually is not tight, but you'll get to right here and it'll still won't pop open. And so you can put it right there and then just adjust this to where you want it and it'll pop, and then just try it in half and try it closed. And if you like it, that's where you're set. If it, I haven't had a problem with these moving, but if you want to make sure that it stays right where you put it, before you start tuning, take out the mark side, uh, because this is the male side of the T8. Take that out and just put you some Loctite on it and tighten it all the way down, and then get your adjustment just where you want it, and then set it down for a few hours, and you'll be good to go. So like I say, most of them, I think they over tightened them because they tightened them in Italy, and by the time they got out of the FedEx truck in Oklahoma, the temperature changed enough. I think probably once they sit here for a few days, really probably for a few hours, they'll be back to snapping like they left the factory. But that's how you tune them if you want to tune them. So anyway, this is the knife. It does have the stop pin. I've talked about these before, so I really don't know how much there is to say about them other than they're here. And like I say, the Stag, Stag's so hit and miss, but I haven't opened one of these yet that isn't just outstanding. Stag. So there they are, and that is really fuzzy. So there they are, and this will be on the product page, and I do appreciate it. If you have any questions or concerns, just let me know. Thank you very much.